Hey everybody, this is Muffin with the Daily Biker Podcast. Just here to let y'all know the opinions and ideas expressed in this show are those of the hosts and their guests, not to be confused with their partners and sponsors. Now, let's get it on.
Hey guys, this is Sean from the Bikes and Beards YouTube channel, and you guys are listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You're gonna love it.
I mean,
Hey everybody, this is Marcus with the Daily Biker Podcast. Thank you for joining me again. This is episode 3. Today I got a very special guest with me today. It is Jathan.
good to be here. Good to be here.
All right, so just to go ahead and clear that before y'all start asking questions, it's Jathan, not Jason, not Jonathan. His name's Jathan. He might be short, but he's ornery.
That's right. It's kind of like Jason with a lisp, is what my wife says. So, you know.
I guess that's one way to think about it. All right, so today we're going to be talking about bike nights, bike weeks, those events where you meet all kinds of people. Because to be
all kinds.
all kinds of people. To be 100% honest, I'd try and go to as many bike nights as I can. I don't get to go to all of them, but if it wasn't for bike night, I wouldn't know you.
Correct. I mean, I think bike nights around Chattanooga are a great thing. Meet people, learn. You know, numerous friends we've met at bike night that we stay in contact with. I think it's great.
Well, and there's people too outside of bike night. There's people that you meet, at bike week. There's people I've met.
Sure.
I met a guy that's a retired police officer at the fall bike week. He pulled in. They built this new restaurant there in Panama, and he pulled in and he hit kind of a sandy spot and dropped his bike. We rushed out there, helped him pick his bike up and everything. Lives on Lookout Mountain.
It's crazy. Yeah. I've met, a lot of the old bikers. I'm, run into them. Thunder on the Rock used to run into Waterbed and Junior King up there every year. Think about these guys all the time. We were just seen somebody reminding me of Waterbed in here, but think about these guys all the time. I mean, they were the real true definition of the old biker parties, and got to hang out with them. A lot of memories with them.
Yeah, those biker parties. So going back, I've only been riding on the street for 10 years, but I've been kind of in the motorcycle community a lot longer than that. So knowing some of these biker parties, we were talking before the show got started, and you had mentioned the Road Rash Biker Bash.
Oh, yeah. I mean, total good time that a lot of the new riders they'll never experience that place,
Yeah. Well, times have changed.
Sure. And things have changed. I mean, people have changed. People have changed all the way across. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunately in the world that we're in today, it's honestly become an adapt to survive situation.
I agree.
And if you don't adapt, it goes away. And I think that's why some bike nights have kind of went out the window.
They've just kind of dwindled away. I mean, I remember Bud's bike night. I mean, I guess probably the first time I met you was at Bud's bike night.
Probably.
And I mean, it was packed. I mean, from one side to the other side, packed.
So I've got, if you go on the Facebook page for the Daily Biker, the banner is kind of a half-done panoramic view of Bud's parking lot on bike night, probably 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of one of those things where, 100 motorcycles in the parking lot for Bud's bike night was an average bike night. It's not like, oh, that was a busy bike night. That was an average bike.
Sure. I also remember, I've been riding since I was 16. I'm fixing to be 42 years old. And I've had a motorcycle since I was 16 years old. But I remember the old Bud's bike night. Somebody gets so drunk they couldn't get their motorcycle home, and they would just pull them up the ramp and park them inside of Bud's for the night. Those days are...
So the old Buds, so I'm 36. The old Buds, they moved from their old location to their current location very shortly after I turned 21. But the night of my 21st birthday, my brother took me there because, in his words, it was kind of a rite of passage.
Yeah.
To
go to the old Buds, yeah.
So, and that was a small place. I mean, to think about people shoving bikes inside the building.
Yeah.
Bike night,
I mean,
small place.
I used to come through the Brainerd tunnels coming home from work every day from Erlanger Hospital, and there's a little bar that used to sit off to the right there. It was called Max Pub. And I remember pulling up to Max Pub on any given weeknight and being 25 motorcycles parked in front of it. And on the weekend, go back to Max Pub and the next day, and 5 of them still be there. They're shoving them outside where they were left for the night,
You know, and it's kind of funny you talk about that. That immediately popped in my head. Talk about going anywhere, any night of the week and seeing the bike. You remember when Texas Roadhouse, where they have the to-go parking right up by the front door? It used to be motorcycle parking. They had it
No,
marked
I don't.
off.
I don't
And it
remember
was
that.
motorcycle parking. I was like, I always thought, man, that's so cool that this big establishment would do something like that. Obviously, it's not there anymore.
I mean, it used to be the same way at Hooters. I mean, Hooters had bike parking
Yeah,
all the way down
yeah,
the
right
front.
up- right
Right
up
up front. They had a bike night.
Yeah.
You know, they
Well, so I hear rumors. I don't have any information on it yet. I hear rumors though that something's trying to get worked on. I don't know.
right.
I don't know if a collab is going to happen. I think it'd be super cool. I mean, the Hooters bike nights were fun.
They used to have a good crowd too. I mean,
Yeah.
they always had a good crowd.
You know, the definition of good crowd too, to some people kind of varies. You know, you hear about these bike nights, places in Nashville and stuff that'll roll out a couple hundred motorcycles for a bike night.
Sure.
We're talking about a town that's, 5 times the size?
Right, yeah.
Too.
I mean, you know, I think 100 bikes at a bike night you've
I
had.
think that's a pop
I mean,
bike
I think you've had a good bike night. Now, when you roll up to a bike night and there's 15 bikes there, and you know, you walk in and everybody that's there stares at you. You know, it's not as fun of a bike night. And I've seen
So
those bike nights.
There is a bike night that happens. I won't say when and I won't say where.
Right.
I'll just tell you it's on the other side of the river from where we're at now. Little ways out into the country. They have a bike night, and I've seen posts on Facebook about their bike night, and there'll be like 2 or 3 motorcycles in their parking lot.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, that's sad. I'm sure, but you know, a lot of the bike nights have came to that because of a reason. You know, I mean, people don't feel comfortable going in there for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, a bike night isn't a place to go and settle a score or settle a problem. A bike night's a place to go meet up with friends and have a good time. You know.
Yeah, see, to me, bike night was always kind of one of those things where it's a hangout type
Yeah,
deal.
for
if
sure.
the place has decent food, you know, yeah, we'll get there a little bit earlier. We'll eat dinner and then hang out for 3-4 hours, just hanging out, having a good time, chit-chatting with friends and BS and
Right.
and doing whatever it may be.
If they don't have decent food, we'll just go drink, right?
Right, you eat before you show up and get your cocktails. I mean,
Sure.
but there's so many people that I know that I wouldn't know strictly because of bike night.
I agree, 100%.
I mean, I might tend to be an outgoing person, but I don't necessarily seek out people. It's a little bit easier to do at those events.
A bike night, yeah. Oh man, that's a nice bike you're riding. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you're gonna see something you like on the bike. Anything that pulls up.
Okay, so there you go. Point out, hey man, that's a nice bike. I do believe we met because a comparison between height of you and the height of your motorcycle at the time.
Probably. I'm sure. I mean,
So I just want to clarify this for the people that might not know you. How tall are you?
I'm about 5'3" and 120 pounds.
And when I met you, you were riding a electric glide standard.
Electric Glide Standard that I had added a tour pack on to.
Okay, and now you're on an ultra limited.
Ultra Limited. That's correct. I've moved up to an Ultra Limited just January. I guess we bought the bike in January, moved up to an Ultra Limited, and
So that just goes back to my episode 1 where we're talking about beginner riders. Don't think once a bike is too big. Once you get to where you can handle a bike, ride a bike.
Sure. So funny story. Great friend of mine bought a little 48 Sportster.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's what I growed up riding was a Sportster. So friend of mine, he's bought one. He's just now kind of getting into riding. You know, he rides around the Chickamauga battlefield, back and forth. You know, he rides out to Buds with us some. So he's like, take it for a ride. Scared me to death, man. I felt like I was on a mini bike with, 1,300 horsepower or something. I couldn't find the floorboards on it.
Yeah.
It's just I'm so used to riding a bigger bike now.
You know, as I sit here and think about, the people, and you mention the people, and I tend to recognize people a lot of times from their motorcycles. I literally hadn't really thought about it until this very moment. Shannon and Scott, I kind of only know them because of Bike Night.
Oh,
I mean, we've become super close. I mean, we're family now.
Sure,
That's
sure.
Our literally our go out of town, our Friday night family and everything with Christy and Jordan and Scott and Shannon. But I had my deluxe, and I don't know if you knew me when I had my deluxe.
no, I didn't.
But I was riding down Gun Barrel Road, and Shannon pulls up and goes, "Man, that's a good-looking bike." I was like, I like that street ride you're on. He's like, "Man, I'd love to have that deluxe." I go, "I have people all the time tell me it's a girl's bike."
Right? Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, no." So I think it was maybe a couple weeks later, and Heather was like, "Hey, Butts is having a bike night." We rode over there, and I see Shannon's bike. And immediately I'm like, okay, where's this guy? I don't want to talk to him.
I've talked to this guy, yeah.
So,
We've met so many people on the road and at bike nights, and even just, leaving from here with 4 or 5 friends and going to Ella for lunch, you get over there and you'll always run into somebody that wants to talk to you about your motorcycle, somebody that wants to tell you about the helmet you're wearing. Yeah. I recently went to one of the DOT Crazy Owl helmets, which kind of looks like a brain bucket, I guess you'd call it. And we were in LJ, and a guy come in there and told us a story about, them Crazy Owl helmets. I seen one of them split down the middle. Well, it's kind of what it's supposed to do, Yeah. So
at least they split down the middle, not the head.
Not the head, right? But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, getting out riding like that, you meet those old timers that have the stories.
Yeah, always.
Sometimes those stories are the best things that's true.
Always, yeah. And we all have stories. I mean, we all have stories of a ride somewhere.
Yeah, I mean.
Somewhere that you'll never forget that ride. It don't matter.
Yeah, going to Farm to Fork bike night. Okay, It's not super far for me, but that ride there, this past year, as much as COVID has kind of held stuff back, it feels like people are still wanting to go to those bike nights.
Oh, I mean,
outside we're kind of separated a little bit and enjoy ourselves and just kind of
be normal, feel normal. Yeah, feel normal again.
So I met some people, and I'd seen them at bike night through time, and I've recently met them. And now I honestly can't tell you any of their names because I've given all 4 of them nicknames to the point of where if I say their nickname, they know it's me.
Right, yeah.
So there's an Asian guy that I call Oprah, and he's got a blonde-headed wife.
No idea.
I think he rides a Road Glide. He hangs out with a guy that I call JB, short for John Boat. He had the metal flake, or like the hot rod metal flake street
Okay.
ride.
Seems like I've seen it out there a couple times, maybe.
An old man that they hang out with that I call Paps, and I can't remember his name.
Just they're all have a nickname
I call him
now.
Paps because he drinks PBR.
Right.
But
yeah,
I've given them all names, and they're all kind of like, yeah. Oh, I tell you what, JB's name is Dusty.
Dusty. Okay.
I do remember
We'll have to keep an eye out next bike night.
JB sold the bass boat, and he said he has a Sportster that he's going to start breaking out, but apparently it was at his parents' house, which isn't here, so he's working on trying to get it here.
Trying to get trans.
I mean, that's, like I said, bike night.
Farm to Fork. Farm to Fork really put on a good bike night, I felt like, this year.
Yeah, you know what? It kind of came out of nowhere when I first saw something posted about it, and me and the wife were talking about it. And she said, oh, Farm to Fork's going to have a bike night, and Mountain Creek's doing it. I remember a time, and I know you do too, when the dealership White Lightning was called Thunder Creek, and they used to put on an event called Sundown at the Creek.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that was a popping event. Mountain Creek, they had moved from Connector 3 into Walnut Avenue and started doing their every other.
Right. I mean, I remember parties out here. They used to have the Rockabilly in the afternoon out here.
Yeah.
They had the Rockabilly party in the afternoon out here, and I remember, several hundred bikes plus hot rods out here. I mean, if you was in a car, you was parking down the road and walking. I mean,
with one exception. That guy that's got the green and black Volkswagen with the chopped top.
Oh, yeah, from Chickamauga. That's yes.
A lot of time and money in a
yes,
Volkswagen
and
Beetle.
Volkswagen Beetle. But it's an interesting little ride.
But, when the thing that got posted about Farm to Fork, I remember those days, and I kind of remember where it had fell to. And I don't necessarily want to go down there for that bike night. I don't know how long it's going to be. It's not that far away. I'm already in my pajamas.
Right.
Just relax. And she's like, okay. And then the next week, the day before, she's like, hey, Farm to Fork's got a bike night. And I was like, I don't know. And she would tell me she didn't have it planned. I feel like she had it planned because I get a phone call from Shannon going, hey, I'm going down to Farm to Fork bike night. It's like, golly. So we go down there, and it's like week number 3, and I pull up in the parking lot. There's 100 motorcycles in the parking lot.
Well, that's kind of the way we found it. We were at home, sitting at the house, and it was like, I'd read about it. I'd seen it, hear people post Farm to Fork bike night, and I was like, hey, let's ride out there and see what it's like.
Yeah.
Apprehensively, we jumped on the motorcycle and rode out there, had a good time that night, So then, Larry and Connie, they wanted to go. So then, we all kind of go one night. I mean, it just seems like as time went on, that bike night really grew. Like a bike night should have. I mean, another thing, I never saw one problem with that bike night.
No, I haven't seen anything with that bike night. The other thing I haven't seen that I've experienced at other bike nights, I haven't seen someone too drunk to ride trying to get on their motorcycle.
No, I haven't either.
It seems to me like there's a good system of accountability there too, which I think is very important at bike nights. When your buddy gets too drunk, going, "Hey man, let me get you an Uber, let me get you a cab. My old lady's at the house.
We'll lock his bike up, or somehow get it home. Yeah, sure. And that's the way it should be.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's at Bud's. It's been like that a lot. I know there's been several people that it's been situations of, hey, you know what? Just roll your bike on the patio here.
Sure.
And
leave it.
Lock
it up.
We do not want you driving home. It's not that they sit there and advertise, but if that's your last resort, they'd rather do that.
Sure. Then somebody. We don't want to have to bury nobody. I mean that's not the idea. I mean, the idea is for everybody to get home, have a good time, everybody get home safe.
Yeah.
I mean,
Farm to Fork, though, that's, I don't know what it is. I've had people ask me, man, what they doing at that bike night that's making that bike night so popular? And I'm like, I don't know. I rode up there in the pouring down rain. There's still 75 motorcycles.
Yeah, I don't know what, I mean.
I know they went through on that side lot.
You've got Tim Lewis playing, I mean, and he usually does a good job showing up.
That side, the curb runs all the way up next to it. They marked off the whole thing for motorcycle parking only. So that might be one thing where people are like, hey, they're kind of catering to us a little bit.
And hey, speaking of, I mean, motorcycle parking spots. I mean, there's nothing worse than to roll up to a bike night that you've got 25 designated motorcycle parking lot spots and you've got 2 cars parked in half of them. I mean, there's car spots all down through here empty, but they'll pull straight in the motorcycle spots.
Oh, yeah.
It drives me nuts. I mean, and I usually don't mind walking in and saying, well, it'd be nice if we had somewhere to park these motorcycles, Yeah. I'm kind of,
I've done that before, and I've ended up saying it loud enough that the owner of the vehicle heard me and then come up to have crosswords with me. So it happened one time.
Oh, I did not too long ago.
And the guy goes, well, that's my car. You got a problem with it? I go, well, your car's parked in motorcycle parking. He goes, it's too cold right now for anybody to be out on the motorcycle. I was like, well, I'm on my motorcycle right now. So just because it's too cold does not mean anything because you think it's too cold. And he's like, well, I ride a motorcycle too. I go, okay, well, where's your motorcycle at?
Yeah, I mean, we have
guys. The whole parking lot's empty. And you're going to park your car on a motorcycle.
Right. I mean, you have guys like Dave Harris that works here. I mean, 365 days a year. I mean, I've seen pictures of the guy carrying a sheet of plywood home, I mean, he improvises to ride his.
He also not only turned his way of life into a community.
Sure.
People. That 365 riders that he started on Facebook. And a lot of those people are bike night people.
A lot of those people come out here for his rides. I think they have a monthly ride or something.
Yeah, they do some events. I'm going to end up making kind of like a post loop thing that's going to play on the videos so people know about upcoming events.
I got you.
But like they have, so on March 6th, they've got a ride out of here a 100-mile ride. They're calling the Blue Loop.
Okay.
Not sure what that is. On the 10th of March, these are all in March. On the 10th of March, they're going to do a bike night at Mayo's. You ever seen a bike night at Mayo's?
I've never seen a bike night at Mayo's, but I have seen Roger Allen Wade play at Mayo's, and not too long ago we were gonna go down and watch him, and it kind of a bad storm or something that night. But Mayo's will be Mayo's is an interesting place. I mean, let's I like bringing some of these dive bars back. Some of these older bars that are still open and working on Brainerd Road. Let's go out and support them here and there.
I mean, well, here's a big one too that I think kind of once October, November hits that we all wait for. March 13th, St. Patty's Day.
Oh yeah.
So that is, for those of y'all that might not know, that is the official. Hey, party time is here.
Get your bike out of the garage.
Yeah.
It's time to start riding.
If you have it, for those of you that winterize your motorcycle, if you've not got it prepped to get on the street by then
Get ready.
Yeah.
It's time to ride.
You're going to be late to the party, Cinderella. So, and then, like I said, they got their bike night at Mayo's, and then that next week, on the 17th, their bike night at Bud's. So they're going to have a revolving. They're not going to be at the same place every week, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, and I like bouncing between different places for bike night. Unfortunately, this year I didn't come out much for Bud's bike night. It seemed like every time we had Bud's bike night, I made it out a couple of times, but it seemed like something was going on every time, and unfortunately I didn't get to make a lot. Hope to make more of them this year. Made quite a few of Farm to Fork. Went out and spent a little bit of time at Full Assault's bike night. They had a bike night at Jefferson's this past year. That was they had a big turnout,
Yeah, and I don't know what happened to that. I know Jefferson's closed.
Yes, Jefferson's closed.
Because of COVID-related stuff?
I guess. I know Jefferson's opened up a new place in Ringgold, and they've got a place over in Tiftonia.
Well, they've got a place in Rome also.
So
they got a place down in Somerville.
But that was a good bike night, and I managed to jump over to Forsaken's bike night one night at home plate. It was a decent crowd there, if you want to go by. It was pretty good. They had decent food, cheap beer, I mean, what we're all looking for. So that was a couple out that I got out to besides the normal Farm to Fork or Bud's bike night this year.
Cheap beer is starting to kind of become a thing of the past. I know for Bike Week, we literally bought it exclusively for Bike Week, but the saddlebag cooler.
Oh, yeah, we got one. Yeah, you got to have one of those. I don't know why anybody would ride a, bike with bags without a cooler in it. Yeah, it's great. Even just, if we're going on a long ride, man, we'll pack waters just because you get up here on the side of L&J or, and you want to pull over to look out. Sometimes it's just nice to have a water.
Yeah, well, definitely, especially when you get out in those places and you go, okay, there was a gas station a couple miles back, but I can't even tell you if that gas station was open.
Right. So y'all guys went down to Panama City this year, right?
Yeah, back in October.
And how was that rally this year?
It actually turned out really good.
Did it?
The COVID run?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What was Brian Allen from down Southern Iron Customs was calling it something.
So what he did, he actually got with a couple of the establishments around there, and we took part in it. It was a really good time. So they called it the Grand Lagoon Run. So I didn't realize, I learned some stuff when we were down there, that area where he's at, that eastern end of Panama City Beach, is the Northern Grand Lagoon.
Okay.
I mean, refer to it. But there's a couple establishments there. Literally, only one of them I've ever been to outside of doing this Grand Lagoon run.
Okay.
But they had a thing where you get their map and you go to the different spots and
bounce around. Okay.
Bring it back.
Kind of like an old poker run.
Yeah, I mean it was a good time, but that was the thing too. A lot of these places we found out while we were there have a bike night. I mean, even outside of Bike Week and stuff, they have stuff that goes on a regular basis for bikers, and they want the bikers to know, hey, we are motorcycle friendly. Come see us, come enjoy us, come come have a good time. And we found one place. Next time you go down there, you got to check it out.
Okay.
If you've never been, but it's called the Alibi Beachside Bar.
The Alibi Beachside Bar.
Okay, so where Brian's shop is,
Okay.
directly across the street, you got that Cajun place.
Mm-hmm.
So, people moaning around.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's ride down this afternoon, eat maybe.
So, just behind that Cajun place where the houses are on the beach, that's called Surf Drive.
Okay.
So, Surf Drive, almost where it ends at, there's this place on the left, Alibi Beachside Bar. Dude, it was...
Good place.
It was, yeah. I was like, I wonder how much them houses across the street are for rooming.
Was the crowd good this year? I mean, what was it?
You know, honestly, it was a lot more than what I kind of expected was going to be there, and I was happy to see that. There was a lot of stuff that was closed. They didn't do certain things.
Couldn't have outside vendors or stuff.
Yeah, some things are done a little bit differently. But honestly, Newbies does their whole deal during the whole thing. So Front Beach Road, I don't know if last time you were down there, or I guess it's Thomas Drive, right?
Thomas Drive. Yeah, that's Thomas Drive.
So it's 4 lanes, divided 4 lanes.
Right.
The 2 left lanes in front of Brian's shop were the only 2 lanes open. The other 2 right lanes were completely closed.
Closed for parking, or?
They closed them for road work. We turned it into closed for parking.
Okay.
So the traffic light before you get to Newbies, almost all the way to that Cajun place, 2 rows deep.
Just could park, just pull in, park. Okay, great.
I mean, it turned out fantastic, and I think it was kind of one of those things, like we said, people were just ready for some normality in their life,
ready to go back, do what they done last year, go back and see something.
And I thought it was fairly safe. I mean, there were some areas where people might have been crowded up, and I'm not necessarily big on getting elbow deep with, with strangers and everything, but. I mean, like when we go down there, we're walking around looking at the motorcycles anyways. I mean,
you're out.
Sending the videos. I mean,
you don't want to be setting up in a bar looking. No. I mean, you want to be out on.
Well, for me, I would rather be drinking water and looking at a motorcycle than watching a live band and having a beer. It's just me. I'd rather be watching the band and drinking beer and watching motorcycles, but you know. Well, so we come across, as we're walking through the parking lot, we come across a street glide with a 34-inch front wheel on this thing.
Oh wow! Yeah, wow! I bet that was fun to ride.
I got to take a picture and send it to somebody.
Yeah,
but it was insane, man. There was people down there this year that you could tell they wanted some normality. I would imagine some of these people, they haven't got to enjoy bike night. Maybe where they're from, bike nights didn't happen. They didn't start bike night. Because there are places that are kind of avoiding those types of events.
A lot of places are avoiding those type of events because they don't want to turn people away.
Right.
You know, I mean, if they've got 100-person capacity and you know, the government's got them cut down to 50% capacity, you know, and 200 people show up, we got to start turning people away.
Well, and that was the nice thing about that side lot area there at Farm to Fork.
It's huge. It's huge.
It's almost the size of the building.
And the bartender's done an excellent job up there making sure, I will say.
They rolled that card out too.
Yes.
So you didn't even have to go inside if you wanted something. Right?
No, but they was on top of getting, you know, we always just order pizza when we go up there. But, I mean, if you ordered a pizza, they were on top of getting it to you. I mean, and I felt like, you know, I mean, hey, they done a good job up there.
Yeah, they're trying to make, I feel like they're definitely doing everything they can to make sure everybody is happy and comfortable and willing to come back the next week.
Sure.
I think they've tried that since day one. I don't think they ever stopped trying that, and I think that's one of the reasons why it's so popular. Now, someone told me the other day that Farm to Fork was no cuts.
I saw plenty up.
I've seen cuts at Farm to Fork.
I've seen them in there. Now, I don't know, you know.
I know that's one thing that kind of deters some people from some bike nights.
From buds, I know a bunch of people said that they won't come there because of the cut.
My honest opinion, I don't own that restaurant. If I want to come in there with a cut, the cut doesn't want me to come in with my or the
Right.
company doesn't want me to come in with my cut on, one of two things happens. I either don't go there or I take my cut off.
Right.
Okay. Now, I'm not part of a club, so I don't.
Yeah.
I
Neither am I.
I can't understand their feeling, and I know these guys have very strong feelings about
Sure,
those things.
sure,
100%.
sure.
So,
And you know, it's not that I disagree with what those guys feel. You know, I mean, I understand, and you know, they have their own bike nights. I don't feel uncomfortable going to their bike night not wearing a cut.
no, I don't.
You know,
Well, and
I've
think that's the
always.
thing. I think that the guys with the guys at Forsaken doing the bike nights and the guys at Full Assault doing the bike night, they've wanted to go. Everybody's welcome. You
Sure,
don't have to
and
be in a
and,
club.
and I have been to both of them, and like I said, I did not feel unwelcome at either one of them.
So 2 years ago, the one that was happening at Jefferson's, the Full Assault bike night,
Okay.
was the same night as college night.
Oh,
So college night started bike night started at like 6:30. College night started at like 9:30.
oh wow.
So what was funny was we'd all be sitting outside on the patio while all these college kids are walking in, and you could see some of these people. Like I remember one night, me and her sitting there with Glow and everything, and the kids kept looking at Glow, and Glow's like, "Just keep walking, keep walking. Don't even look at me."
Yeah.
And it's just hilarious.
You know, like I said, I don't feel uncomfortable going to their bike nights. I
Yeah.
wish they would not feel uncomfortable,
Yeah,
or for whatever reason. You know,
unfortunately, it's something that
I guess
comes down to establishment owner.
Sure, and that's anywhere. I mean, I've had problems with establishment owners, you know, and not been back. You know, I mean, I'm just not. I'm not going there. We're not going there. But
I've had problems with servers and haven't been back. And
Sure.
knowing it's not the establishment's fault, but just kind of sometimes it gets to the point where you go, man, if the establishment's going to allow a server to be like this, and I don't mean, you were late with my food.
right.
Just rude and everything. It's like,
Yeah. I agree with
well,
you.
and me and Trey, we went to a bar one time that we can't go back to. We showed up on closing day.
Wow. Well, me and Hannibeth was fortunate enough. We were in Las Vegas to what was it, a week before? I think it was going to be like a week later. They were closing the Harley Davidson bar in Las Vegas down. They were they were destroying it, and we were there the week before they were doing it. So we got to experience. That's probably one of the
Did you take any
neatest.
souvenirs home?
We got the glass. We got the.
So we have two glasses. So we didn't go. My sister-in-law's mom was there somehow. Something, I don't know if she was there. She had a friend that was there. Whatever.
I got you.
So because they had the big old Pilsner glass.
Yes.
That said Harley Davidson Las Vegas.
Las
on it.
Vegas, and
So we've got two of those at the house that she brought us.
so actually, when you ordered a beer, that size beer, you got to keep the glass. It was a souvenir glass when you bought it. Of course, you was paying for it. We was in, Las Vegas. I mean, but
I got a $14 Sharky's cup.
we did get to experience that place, and I mean, some of the old memorabilia they had in there hanging from the ceiling. It's interesting. I mean, we're talking on radio, podcast, whatever. But if you could just see the pictures, just some of the images of this
Well,
place.
think about when you say it. The very first thing that comes to my mind is that restaurant in Panama City that has all the car, motorcycle stuff inside of it. Wicked Wheel.
Okay, I don't know if I've ever been in it.
So their bar stools are Sportsters.
Okay, interesting.
But they take the ports off the Sportster and bolt the neck to the wall, and you sit on.
And
the
that's what you
Sportster.
said on. Yeah, okay.
Above the bar where their glasses, where like people would hang like the wine glasses and stuff upside down.
Yeah.
They're on the bottom of toolboxes.
Oh, interesting.
But like, there's some stuff in there. If that restaurant ever closed down,
Like,
people go,
yeah.
I need to get that. I need to get that. They have they got a tea bucket is sitting like up on its end
Okay.
in the bar area. On the restaurant side, they've got one of the B-Rod Screaming Eagle Vance and Hines, the drag bikes.
That would be interesting to go and. I mean, so the whole thing's there.
The whole bike, yeah, the whole
Okay.
place is decorated.
But like going down to Summit Racing.
Well, as soon as you walk in the door, there's a chopper hanging from the ceiling.
Kind of off subject, but I seen where Orange County Choppers is moving to Florida.
Really?
Paul Tuttle Sr., yeah.
Are they moving to Orange County, Florida?
I don't know. And I know that's way off. I know it's way off subject. But we're talking about bikes in Florida, and I did see it's a recent news release that he's moving out of Orange County. I guess that's upstate New York, up in there they're at, and they're moving to Florida. They're moving their company and corporation to Florida.
That could be one of two things. That could be one kind of on the political thing, which I won't dive into.
Well, that's what the article says it's on.
Yeah, but I would lean more towards number two, your clientele. When you do it in New York,
Right.
upstate New York, you have 4 or 5 months
Of decent riding.
So your clientele coming up there
Yeah. We've just
compared to being in Florida.
We just recently met some friends and became friends with them through some other friends. They're from up north. And I asked him the other day, I said, so when did you quit riding? And he said, as soon as they put salt on the roads, you park your motorcycle and you winterize it. And I said, so when was you able to start back riding? And he said, after 2 good hard rains. Because you got to let the roads get washed off. I was like, man.
I don't even know what winterizing a motorcycle entails.
I mean, no, I mean, mine may stay parked for a week, but I still go out there about every other day and crank it. I mean,
well, I was feeling like crap because it'd been so cold here in the mornings. I mean, like blisteringly cold. We were getting up to 50 degrees in the afternoon, which was nice. I'd ride in that, no problem. But I'm looking to go to work at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's 23, 24 degrees. I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm driving this morning.
Look, I'm that guy that says the night before, I'm riding the motorcycle in the morning. I wake up and it's 42 degrees. I'm like, I'm getting in the truck. I got to go to work,
Well, I started feeling bad because we dealt with that. And then this past week, we hit 70 degrees almost 2 days in a row.
Yeah, we rode, we rode that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We managed to get a ride in somewhere every day.
I drove to work that first day, and I'm sitting at work, and I'm like, why the crap did I drive today?
I know. I'm outside all day.
I definitely was on my motorcycle the next day.
I'm outside all day, so as the day warms up, I'm like, oh, I wish I'd run my motorcycle now.
Well,
but
I deal with that too with my job because I'll get up and it's cold and it's like it takes forever to warm up.
Yeah.
And see, for me too, I don't know if you wear shorts at work, so we can wear shorts at my job.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm a pool boy. I mean,
Oh, that's right.
I'm just your local pool boy, So I mean, I can wear my Bermuda shorts and flip flops any day.
I'm sure some of them lonely housewives are cleaning their pools out. They might want you to wear spandex.
I mean, they may. I mean,
You remind me of my grandson.
I saw my little kid out in the backyard. Don't fall in. Put your swimmies on.
They make sure you clean up the shallow end, right?
That's correct.
Brandon don't want you to drown.
No, Brandon don't want me to drown. He tells me every day, be careful, I guess I'm a valuable asset to him.
I know that's an above ground, but that thing's 4 foot deep. You could get hurt in that.
Right? You could drown in that.
So, I mean, yeah, it's, Brandon. I wouldn't know Brandon if it wasn't for Bike Night.
Yeah.
Brandon and Bike Night.
Okay.
I know Brian because of Shannon. Now, granted, I have other ties to Brian through Pete and Carrie as well. But Bike Night. Everything, like, it's, there's a movie that came out several years ago. I don't know if you ever saw it, but called The Number 23 with Jim Carrey.
No, I don't think so.
It's a scary movie, believe it or not. Jim Carrey
in a scary movie.
Like a psychological thriller. Everything keeps coming back to the number 23, and it's like the more and more I think about stuff, the more and more it relates to Bike Night.
I got you.
The more and more it comes back to Bike Night.
Well, I mean, I've known Brian and Brandon. We went to school together,
Right.
And then Brandon, he went to Lakeview, but I've known him for a long time. But
See, here's the thing.
I really started hanging out with Brian when Brian had the old Jack, when they owned the old Jack Ace Chop Shop, which is now Doc's.
Yeah.
But that's when I got to riding with Brian, and then Brian went on to work for Harley Davidson, and then went on to start his own business. I guess it's been pretty successful down there, as far as I know. So that's how I got in with them. But I mean, I can tell you tons of people, and I know tons of people by face that I won't see all winter until bike night comes back around, and then bike night comes back around, and hey, there's old so and so.
Talking about bike night, bike week, and Brian, I'm gonna call him out right now. Look, I'm coming to Florida. The plan is we're gonna be there for spring bike week. We've already got it marked off on the calendar. Hadn't got our stuff set up to stay yet. I might be sleeping in the back of a Jeep if it comes down to it.
Brian will find you somewhere to sleep in his yard or something.
I am bringing the White Lightning mobile studio with me down there, and I want to do a podcast with Brian.
That'd be fun. That would be fun.
Think it would be.
That would be fun. Brian's very knowledgeable.
Well, yeah, so I started out doing the blogging stuff. I don't know if you ever saw that
on
Instagram.
Yeah.
And I rode Brian's Road King.
Yes.
I'd wrote up a little thing.
What does he call that bike?
Well, I wrote up talking about that the art of peacocking is just, fluffing yourself, make yourself look bigger and better so everybody pays attention to you, and that's what that bike was.
Sure.
And he was like, 100%. It gives you that huge ego boost because everybody turns their heads and goes, look at that. That's a nice bike. I mean, but at the same time, he'll park in the garage and pull out his old FXR and go ripping down the road.
I mean, I guess the last few times he's been up here and rode, that's what he's been on is his FXR.
Yeah, well, they got that so they could go to events like Loretta Lynn's.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff. They bought that van, and he can throw the FXR, and I guess they throw her Sportster in there with
No,
it
they
too.
throw the little groom in there with it. I think.
I know they got her the Grom, but she's got that Sportster too. I think when they went to Loretta Lynn's, they might have had her Sportster.
I'm not. I know when they just was up at Brandon's. They usually bring the groom because she was going to Chickamauga on it from. We actually went over for a.
Yeah, that's probably because she's sitting there riding wheelies.
And she was going on the groom, and I think she's got to where she rides the little groom more than she does the Sportster.
She may, and it had gotten stolen.
Yeah, got it back. Yeah,
thanks to the motorcycle community.
Yeah, and I think that's a good thing. More people we know in this community. I mean, your bike gets stolen out here. A bunch of us know what your bike looks like.
Well, and there's things that you do customize your motorcycle that kind of set it apart a little bit. There's not another black street glide running around town with gloss black exhaust on it. So as soon as someone sees that, they're like, hey, Mark's bike.
Yeah, hey, he's the only one putting gloss black on. Hannibal's first cousin had his bike stole. He went over to Iraq and had done a couple of tours in Iraq. While he was in Iraq, he had Harley had this deal at the time. I don't know, they may still have it, where while you're gone, you pay for your motorcycle. So, he'd come back from Iraq with a paid-for Harley Davidson.
That's cool.
And, this kid, loves his... Yeah, he loves his motorcycle. He's one of those guys that this motorcycle, it was his life, and he pulled in at a bar here in Chattanooga and got off and didn't lock it. He bought a basic street glide, didn't have any security, and he didn't lock the front forks.
You're supposed to lock the front forks?
Well, that I've always been taught you wasn't supposed to lock the front forks.
I've got security though.
I have security too. And still some places I pull up, I still lock my front forks. And the reason being,
locks on my motorcycle.
well, mine ain't either.
I think I might go home and lock my front fork.
But I do lock them. And
last time I had my front forks locked, this is why I quit locking my front forks. So when I rode sport bikes, I was told this by a buddy of mine. I was like, oh, that doesn't happen. Then it happened to me. My front forks were locked. Some idiot that I don't know decided he'd be cool and sit on my motorcycle.
And
front forks were locked. Put it on its side.
Sure. And
why would you ever?
The whole locking the front fork things, if you want to get way on back into history, they say, you shouldn't do that. It's disrespectful to pull up with a bunch of motorcycles and lock your front forks up. I don't know. Personally, like I said, it depends on where I'm at if I lock mine or not. Because I guess legally, if it got stolen, the front forks, and they could prove I didn't have front forks locked on, is my insurance going to cover it?
I don't know. So, there used to
Even though I have security?
I'd heard this whole deal once before about with cars. and I've thought about this with motorcycles, where if you go up to, say you pull into a gas station, your keys are in the ignition, you run inside, and someone takes your car, your keys were in the ignition, your insurance won't pay. I don't know if that's true or not, but to me it feels like someone stole your car. That's not their property.
Yeah, right. I mean, and I agree. I mean, I do lock mine, son.
I mean, does that mean if I don't lock the front door of my house and someone comes in there and takes all my stuff?
Well, I mean, my front door's unlocked a lot, but I mean, if you just barge in, you know, you might catch a round or two. I don't know,
I mean,
you know,
well,
but
my front door is locked, but I've got the double barrel with the little trigger sitting there.
Sure,
sure.
You got to know how to. You know, I mean, I don't live in a rough part of town. I live in
You live in the country.
I live in a decent area, but
Well,
there's always you're always, you know, I guess
in my opinion.
we had probably been living at our house a year maybe, and you know, we had somebody wandered up on our camera one night.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and I leave my bike sitting outside when I'm riding. I mean, if I'm riding, I'm not going through the trouble of putting it in the garage every night, backing it out of the garage every morning. I mean, when it gets warm enough and I am riding, my bike sits outside. I reckon Harley makes these things waterproof, don't they?
Well, I haven't had any issues with my Harleys not being waterproof. I did tell a story on here once before, though, about I had a Honda that apparently was not waterproof.
It wasn't waterproof. Well, you know, I tell everybody, I mean, I reckon it's waterproof. They say, I can't believe you rode that thing today. Well, I mean, I reckon it's waterproof.
Yeah, I mean,
The tires are made to run in the rain, I reckon. So,
if it's not waterproof, I didn't read the owner's manual.
right. Back to events. Have you heard anything about the Loretta Lynn event? I mean, are they gonna? I was really
the other day, and I meant to look it up. But normally I see people sharing stuff about it, and I haven't seen.
Well, it got postponed
Yeah.
last year, and then
Right.
they had rescheduled it to supposedly May of this summer, which was going to be hot, obviously. But we, of course, Brian and Christy went. I know Pete and Carrie went.
Yeah. Well, they got some pretty decent shaded areas up there.
Well,
too,
they
though.
said there's a creek that you can get on, I guess, and like you can just kind of wade right off into the creek. So
Somebody's in the ground.
I was kind of probably me. It'll probably be over my head, but you know, I was just wondering if anybody had heard. And I guess we got Daytona coming up bike week.
Yeah, Daytona. What's that? Daytona's in March.
Yeah, it starts. Well, usually falls right after the Daytona 500. So Daytona 500 will be this weekend, ain't it? Tomorrow.
You tell me. Boy.
I think Daytona 500's tomorrow. I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah,
bike
I don't
week will
think
be
it's February. I think.
No, I
it's
think it
March.
rolls into March, but it's all around
Well,
that
I know-
same
I
time.
can already tell you that Panama is the last week of April.
That's
and
my
it rolls-
birthday.
Rolls into May 2nd.
That'd be a good birthday week, wouldn't it?
It would. Y'all need to go to Panama.
Yeah, that'd be a good birthday week. She
Y'all
needs
need to
a,
go to Panama.
hint. You know, it'd be a
Hey, I
good.
tell you, if y'all,
I want to ride. I
y'all
want to
decide
ride
to
it.
go to Panama. Let us know. Like I said, we haven't got anything booked yet.
I got you.
So, but
Yeah, we haven't even. I haven't even looked out that far yet. You know, it's right now.
do you think Brandon would be upset if you said, "Hey, I'm gonna go see your brother for a week"?
Oh no. I mean, you know, Brandon works with me. You know, well, anytime I say, hey, I'm headed to Florida for a week. You know,
Well, I think there's been a couple times he's shut down the whole business. to go to
probably
Florida.
he's just come back from fishing with Brian down there. So
Yeah.
I think they caught one fish maybe. I don't think
You know,
they done
and-
too well.
I think Brian's one of those people too. Down in Panama, he's definitely, first of all, he's brought that big Chattanooga vibe to Panama. And
I mean-
kind of implemented it. There's already a lot of people from Chattanooga go down there,
Sure, I mean,
bikers and whatnot. But you know, we've been down there and we've been at restaurants and servers ask us, "Oh, where are you from?" And we're like, "Oh, we're from Chattanooga." They're like, "Oh, do y'all know Brian and Christy?"
sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's definitely a very outgoing person. But
Yeah.
also, I mean, look at what he's done up here. I mean, not that he's probably sold a lot of bikes or parts up here, but look at the clothing up here.
Okay.
I mean, you can't go to anything. You don't
well,
do you? Have you ever been to a bike night and not seen a Southern Iron custom shirt?
I've got a sweatshirt. I've got t-shirts. I got hats.
Right.
I've got the sticker on the back of my saddlebag.
See,
I mean, that's the other thing. How many stickers do you see? I think he sells
everywhere,
more stickers.
everywhere. I think he gives those stickers away.
Well, actually, I think he does. I think if you buy enough stuff, he starts throwing stickers in the
Yeah,
bag.
every now and then he'll send a few. Our friend Connie was down, and she'd went over and bought some stuff from him. He sent like 5 stickers back. Send these up. So
I don't know if you ever saw the picture. I got it back. I did Pete a favor. So when they went to Loretta Lynn's, Brian put the 6 sticker on the back of Pete's.
oh,
FXR.
I did see that. Yes, I did see that.
So when we went down to Panama, Pete gave me a blue ribbon sticker, and I
So you put it on Brian's. I got you.
I was like, well, I guess it's payback.
Yeah, tick for tack.
Yeah.
Both those are good guys. Those both of them are. Both of them have been in this business and in motorcycles. I guess Brian's been in as long as I can remember.
Well, it's people like that, and honestly, it's people like that, and it's people like you that get out there in the motorcycle community, get out there at bike nuts, at bike weeks, and they make it enjoyable. I've been to bike nut. I've showed up to bike nut before in a bad mood. Seen you strolling up to me, smiling, and I couldn't help but smile.
Right.
I'm in a
Sure.
Look at me, man.
Sure, I
But
mean,
you're
you know.
smiling, and I can't help it. I can't help it but to smile and stick my hand out and shake your hand.
And all of us have there's been times I've left and, by the time I got to bike night, I'm, just like you, pissed off about something,
Yeah.
Somebody's cut me off, but, you get there, hey, everybody has a good time, you make fun of me, I make fun of you, I talk about Shannon a little bit, Shannon talks about me a little bit.
If you're fortunate enough, and I'm talking to the people out there in the world right now, if you're fortunate enough and you go to bike night, you make friends with some of these people, you ain't got to pay for your food. Trust me, I've had a lot of leftover pizza.
I guarantee you. Yeah.
If you show up at just the right time, after people are just getting done eating, and they'll have them couple slices, and you don't ask for them. Give you a tip. Don't ask for it. Just sit there, and they'll be like, "Hey, you want a slice of pizza?" Next thing you know,
You're full.
you can't handle no more food.
Well, I look forward to the bike nights this year.
I'm so ready.
This week the warm days really made me.
Yeah.
I'm done with winter. I'm done with the rain. Let's move on.
Yeah. Done with winter, done with rain. It's like 40 degrees and raining. Right
40
now.
degrees and raining. I told Hannibeth, I was like, I plan on leaving on the bike Saturday, I guess, and get forecast as of Monday, there's no rain on Saturday. And then it kept saying, well, rain Saturday, rain. I was like, well, it looks like we'll be taking the old golden potato up today.
I definitely would have. I would have rode, but I had my new little dry race board here.
Yeah.
There we go. Incorporate into the show. My wife's laughing at me. She don't like my dry race board.
I think it looks good. Gives you some ideas.
It lets me know what I'm supposed to be talking about.
I believe we about hit them all. One of
the last things though that we mentioned real quick. We said something about the Road Rash Biker Bash, and you mentioned earlier about the Party on the Rock,
Thunder on the Rock.
I miss
Party at the P-Vine. I do too. I really do. And I think it's just like Party at the P-Vine there at the interstate or whatever. That was a good thing that a few people had to ruin. You can't take a inflatable movie screen and put it on the interstate playing dirty movies. Because
I don't understand what the problem is.
well, a bunch of bikers don't understand what the problem is, but Catoosa County's going to shut you down. We have to.
There's rules and there's protocols that you have to follow.
Exactly. We can't come to White Lightning up here and have a party, and us come in here and trash this place tonight and expect White Lightning to have a party again next week for us. You
have to show them some respect, and the respect that you do show them, in turn, gives them the opportunities to give you stuff, bring you stuff, and bring you opportunities, just like this.
Agreed.
I gave huge respect and done as much as I could to bring business to White Lightning, to the point of where I had been wanting to start a podcast for a while. They kind of briefly mentioned something about how they'd been talking about getting something together, and boom.
And it's a great. It's something for, if nothing else, it's something for us local people to sit back and listen to and say, oh man, I remember, You know, like we talked briefly about Party at the Peavine, briefly about Thunder on the Rock. But, I mean, you know, that's going to kick off somebody's memory. Oh, man, I'd forgot all about Thunder on the Rock. Or, you know, I remember every year going to Thunder on the Rock, and when you pull in at Thunder on the Rock, well, there that went. When you pulled in
You
at
don't need no more coffee.
when you pulled in at Thunder on the Rock, you looked for the Kiss My Ass camp. That was Junior King. Because Junior King would always say, "Kiss my ass," you know, and you always look for his camp.
How about Road Rash? Tom the Bomb and his
cow-painted
motorcycle.
Cow-painted. I wonder if he still has that bike.
I don't know. I've seen.
I haven't seen him
within the past couple of years, but he wasn't on his motorcycle. So, but that was his thing.
I mean, what about Road Rash magazine?
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
don't get me going down that road.
You know, I mean. Yeah, you're gonna step back down memory lane, but you know, I mean, a lot of those events are gone because of somebody acting out. You know, they used to have a party down Rock Springs. It was called Waller in the Holler, and it was a pretty wild event. I'm not gonna lie, but it went on for several years down there, and it was a great event. But then somebody had to go trespass onto the neighbor's property, and so they shut it down. You know, I mean, we're not going to.
Time and a place to be doing your wild and crazy.
I agree. I mean, you know,
even at events, there's a time and a place at events to be doing those things.
Don't come to an event or a bike night and disrespect that place.
And don't get mad when they ask you to leave.
Yeah. I mean, you have no reason. Don't come to. It's just like if you come to my house and disrespect me. I mean, I'm going to ask you to leave, and don't be mad when I ask you to leave. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This year we done and hopefully next year we're invite a few more friends and just keep building. But this year for the Catoosa County Toy Run, we did a brunch at our house. Okay. Hey. Everybody goes to the toy run. The first thing they get there, like, man, I'm hungry. Because, man, I'm hungry. Let's go eat. So we did a brunch that morning.
We tear out of there and go to Hooters for lunch.
Well, we got up that morning, and I fired the griddle up, and we figured, 5 or 6 bikes would show up. I think we ended up with, I don't know, close to 13 bikes, wasn't it? Showed up, and we all ate brunch and had a good time. But, if some of those guys that have showed up and then all of a sudden want to get out in the driveway fighting, do you think I'd want to have it again next year? No. I mean, I'm just not going to, and I don't expect a business to put up with that. I don't expect an organization, an organizer to put up with stuff like that. So I think we really got to look into respecting our businesses, and hey, we'll have bigger events,
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely ready for that warmer weather. I'm ready for bike nights to get here. Sometimes right now I tend to feel lost on Tuesday and Wednesday nights. Not sure
not much to do.
I don't know what to do. But otherwise, Jathan, I want to thank you for coming in and doing.
Hey man, thanks for having me. I mean, we were just kind of shooting a bull about it, and I
want to get together and do some more with you.
Thanks for having me in. We'll figure something out and do it again, man.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, everybody, once again, I'm Marcus. This is Jathan. Thank y'all for tuning in. And
thanks for having me.
Have a good one.
Hey everybody, this is Sean at White Lightning Harley Davidson. I want to thank you for listening to the Daily Biker Podcast. You can reach the podcast on Facebook or Instagram at The Daily Biker, or you can email the podcast at thedailybiker@gmail.com. Be sure to keep an eye on White Lightning Harley Davidson social media pages for the most up-to-date information on all our events and where you can find the boys.